Hello to my Fashion Art Toronto family. This is your hair tutorial for the Mic Carter L'Uomo Strano collection. So if you've seen the collection already, it has this really diverse 50s kind of edgy femininity to it. So I wanted to incorporate strength and masculinity with a majestic sort of vibe for the hair. So a lot of you guys have super short hair or no hair and many different textures. So obviously my hair is really silky and smooth and straight. I want you guys to have fun, be creative. You can use hair pieces to incorporate a little bit more volume in this shaping. So please just have fun with these looks. There's only a few tutorials I'm gonna be doing for you guys. And I can't wait to see you guys in action. So the tools that you're going to need are a blow dryer. You're going to need at least 2 bigger elastics. You're also going to need a few mini elastics and a few bobby pins. You'll need a color that matches your natural color as best possible. And if you have hair pieces, you can either pre-braid them or braid them along with your hair as I do. So I'll leave it up to you whether you want to do a nice smooth blow dry to get your sides up and back. And the only products that you're going to need for this are a leave-in conditioner if you're doing a nice smooth blow dry. A mousse will be really helpful to keep moisture in the braids so that they're nice and smooth and fluid when you're doing them, and a form of gel. A stronger hold gel is always great so you can get a nice slick, clean edge to the side. We're gonna be doing 2 ponytails up in the parietal ridge area, so just on the edge of the hair, braiding them and crossing down through the middle. So let's get started. So I should also mention before you get started, having a variety of brushes will be really helpful. A Denman brush is what I use to do the wrap blow dry. If you need some assistance on blow drying your hair nice and smooth, I do have a video titled How to Blow Dry Your Own Hair on my YouTube channel, so please check that out. So I'm going to be using my Denman brush. I'm going to be following it with my blow dryer to get a really nice smooth edge on my ponytails. You will also need a form of soft brush or whatever brush works best for your hair texture to be able to smooth them up into ponytails and brush out your ends before you do your braids. And then I'm going to be using a round brush to simply lean to the side and smooth out those ends as best possible so we don't have too much frizz in the ends. So now that my hair is mostly dry, I forgot to tell you, you're gonna need a tail comb. So you can also use like a pencil or something pointy if you don't have that at home. So take a nice clean section right down the center. You can take one of your elastics, and as you're creating a nice middle part, you can slowly follow your comb all the way down the mid-back of your hair, meeting your thumb at the bottom and parting that out of the way. If you comb your other section, you should be pretty good. And just tie a really simple ponytail. To get that out of the way for now. And then what we're going to do is put some of your mousse in your palm, get the brush that you like to use, and slowly start to follow that up around the parting. So just slowly putting a little bit of mousse through the part. I'm also following that up. Just begin to bring that up into a nice high ponytail. If you want, you can actually lean forwards or upside down as you continue to re-grip. Getting a nice clean ponytail. as slick as possible and right on top of the head so that you can see it. This is going to create, so I'm gonna lean forwards a little tiny bit. Okay, so we have a nice high ponytail, and I'll continue on the other side with the same technique. Sometimes it's trickier on the other side. Yes, I put my comb in my shirt. It's fine. You can do it too. So I'm just leaning forwards a little bit. The back might not be perfect because you don't have someone else doing your hair for you, but it's okay. Just do your best. And if you're pro at pigtails, then you're gonna crush this. So the goal is to try to get them in a similar placement. And I'm just gonna double check and make sure that I've got all these little hairs. Kind of check that I'm somewhat balanced. Tie those nice and tight. So for me, I'm actually going to be adding extensions into my look to give a thicker feel to my crown kind of vibe. You can see how the wider these are on the edge of your head, the more crown-like shapes you're gonna get. So we're gonna be braiding these two and pulling them across to get a kind of majestic shape. So for me, I have a 3-clip extension weft. So I'm going to be turning those upside down as I turn upside down and clipping them in a circular pattern around my ponytail. Okay, so that's gonna give me a thicker feel. And the same on this side. I've already brushed these out. They have a little bit of purple in them from my old hair look. So you just wanna circle those around your pigtails. I'll try to show you a little closer. Clip those in. And then we're gonna go ahead. This one's not that close in. There we go. Tucked it right underneath. You can use a little bit more mousse. Don't use a lot, just a little bit. Before you get going on your braids, and make sure you have those little baby elastics set aside ready for you. So braid that all the way down to the end. And if you have a lot of hair through the end, you can actually put a second ponytail because we're going to be weaving it underneath the other side, which is what I'm going to do. You can even create a little bun like that so it's easier to tuck under. So we're going to put a second elastic on here. So the mousse that I used is the Cloudburst mousse from Electric London. So I will give you guys my affiliate code for free shipping. This mousse is fantastic for any sort of braiding. If you have naturally curly hair, it's fantastic for a really nice soft hold curl because it has an avocado oil in it. So it's fantastic for really natural finishing, or if you just have like a nice soft wave in your hair, and I'm using it in most of my editorial styles. So you can do so much with this. Okay. So we're ready for the last step. So what you want to do is turn your braid sideways. You may see a little bit of the wefting on the side here. So what you want to do is make sure that your short end of the bobby pin is facing inwards. So So you slowly pivot that in. So facing downwards and then inwards towards your ponytail. And then you can actually pull out this braid a little tiny bit. And we're going to place that in front of our other section. So I like to lift that piece up, and you can just stick your bobby pin right into that opposing ponytail. And around the back, you just want to wrap the little end around your other ponytail. I like to open up the bobby pin with my thumb and make sure that you're anchoring that inwards. Okay? And then you can take your second braid. And the main thing here is we want to make sure that we're taking a portion of that braid and also anchoring it over our ponytail here so that's not visible. Open up your bobby pin with the finger, anchor a portion of that braid downwards, and then pivot the bobby pin in. Okay. Pulling your braid out a little tiny bit. And that one can be sort of placed just behind your other braid and running down the back. So if you have these small bobby pins, you can actually insert this from behind and push the bobby pin inwards just to join the two in front. And then pull that bobby pin, anchor your end around the back and tucking it in through the middle so you don't see it too much on the upper back portion. Okay, so I can kind of feel that this here is visible. So if you can feel that something is visible, check it out in the mirror. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like from there. And this is what you are gonna look like from the front. So you can feel free to pull this up a little tiny bit. You can do a little shake test, and if it's a bit shaky, you can take a few pins, just anchoring them down the front to secure it. Oh my God, I totally don't want to do my next tutorial. This is so fun. So I am just going to use a bit of the Electric London Extra Dry Session Spray. And that is your crown look for the day. You can always smush it in a little bit to get a little bit more of a masculine shape. So I hope that wasn't too complex. I wish you luck. Please send me pictures of this when it's done. I would love to see it. And if you have dreads or textured hair, you can do a really similar shape and just simply braid the dreads, crossing them over in the same direction. Or if you have really curly hair, you can blow dry it out, slick up the sides with gel, and give a nice fluffy look to the middle. It always looks amazing to have that contrast in texture from really slick gelled sides and a fluffy middle. So I can't wait to see all of your finished looks. Please send me videos and good luck.